Hello, it's Cassie Owens and I'm coming to you again to talk about some banned books. And today I'm really talking about banned picture books. And one of my favorite books is The Name Jar. And I can't pronounce the author. I don't want to, mess it up, but I'm going to say Young-Suk Choi, a Korean author. And if I have butchered that, I apologize. If someone can contact me and tell me how to correctly pronounce, I will do it. I was just struck, first of all, by this beautiful story of a girl who her family has come from Korea. And, her name is Yoon Hai, and she's having a hard time getting the other students to pronounce her name when she's on the bus. And so she decides that she's going to get an American name. And in the story, and I won't read it all to you because it's a kind of long story, but in the story, she decides that she is going to pick this name, and her classmates want to help. It's really a sweet little story. So she's got a jar on, one of her students is trying to help her pick her American name because when they asked her what her name was, she said she hadn't picked it yet. And so they give her a jar and with all these name suggestions in it. And I think that it's so kind and it's so, interesting. But in the end, she decides to keep her name and, teach the students how to pronounce her name. And it's this really story about them just understanding and recognizing that everyone has, their own background and it's okay and that we can learn new cultures and new things. And for the life of me, I cannot understand why this book would be banned. So, I did some research, and what I found was it is because it is so inclusive of a different culture. That's why it's banned, because, and that just breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart. Like, just because the students are so accepting, because the students are learning. At first on the bus, she's getting picked on for her name. But by the end, this new set of students have embraced her and her name and her culture. And it's just what we should be desiring for our students and even for ourselves as adults. Is this not what we think about when we talk about, global literacy and global knowledge and just being able to communicate with people who don't look like us and don't think like us and just didn't grow up with us and just to have our whole lives enriched by someone else's experience. And so that's really heartbreaking to me. I also found out that The Day You Begin was also banned pretty much for the same reason, because the student comes from a different culture and, it's just such an interesting, take to ban books, that really emphasizes another culture. And then I also found out that Crown, Ode to the Fresh Cut, was on this list. And even though it's not a different global culture, it's the African American culture. And so that one has also been placed on the ban list. And, I just don't understand. I just don't understand banning books. I don't understand banning picture books that are teaching students and adults how to be accepting of other people's background and cultural heritage. It just breaks my heart. I really don't understand. But, here's something that I do understand. I understand that there's a small group of people who are making a lot of noise about banning books, and that there's a large group of people who really want to keep these books in the schools and in the hands of students. And if you're part of that large group of people and you're an educator and you work in the public school system, I invite you to become a part of the South Carolina Education Association. This is what we are striving for. We want to make sure our students have culturally diverse, inclusive texts so that they can learn and grow and develop and understand that people look different and have different ideas and different backgrounds, but it's okay. We can still learn something from each other. So if you're a part of that group, join the SCEA, join our efforts. We need you to add your voice to ours so that we can be the sound that our state and our country needs to hear. Thank you so much.